Over the last few years, a particular type of game mode has risen above the ranks in a more prominent way than most, leading gamers to ask themselves the question, when will a Battle Royale mode be coming to my favourite game? While that question has certainly lost momentum in recent times, as we're on the other side of the bell curve when it comes to the popularity of this genre, that hasn't stopped AEW games from going double or nothing on this concept, as their version of a Battle Royale, the Stadium Stampede, has now officially been revealed to the world with a brand new trailer, so go ahead and hit your Fortnite dances on that like button, as we're about to break this down for you right here. Right off the bat, we get to look at what seems to be the main opening lobby for this mode, where Scorpio Sky is standing around waiting for the game to begin. This screen reveals a couple of secrets to us, starting in the top left where it says Stadium Stampede Level 3. Now, is this the player's individual level, or perhaps the level of the Stadium Stampede itself? Let's keep watching to see if we find out. But before we do that, if we come down the page just a little bit, we can see the option for custom loadouts. And not only that, but if we come on over to the right side of the screen, we can actually see one of the custom loadouts that Scorpio Sky has equipped here, ready to go to get the fun started. The loadout seems to contain 3 different abilities, heat skills, and a finisher, with the finisher listed being the default finisher. Could this mean that we're going to get custom finishers created specifically for Stadium Stampede? Only time will tell. From there, we cut to a shot of Yuka Sakazaki running through a backstage parking lot as the Stadium Stampede is beginning, before cutting back to Scorpio Sky jumping off the top level of the arena. Now, see where it said Stadium Stampede Level 3 on the last screen? Perhaps that was in reference to Sky's spawn point being on level 3 of the arena itself, and that's why he spawned so high up. So will we get to pick our own spawn locations in this mode, or will that be chosen for us at random? Sticking on this screen of Scorpio Sky, we learn a few things about the in-game HUD, which in all honesty reminds me of the HUD from another Battle Royale game, Rumbleverse. In the top right, we have our minimap, where underneath it gives you a timer to indicate how long until the safe area starts to shrink, a number of how many players are left alive, along with another number which I assume would be how many people you've eliminated yourself. Moving down the screen, we can see the abilities that were selected as part of our loadout, which can be activated using RB or R1 on PlayStation. And then below that, we have the in-game items that Scorpio Sky is carrying, which at this stage of things seems to be a Molotov cocktail along with a crowbar. These items also come with little numbers next to them, with the cocktail getting a 5 and the crowbar getting a 2. I think this might indicate how many uses the item has left, but we'll need to keep watching to find that out. Then on the left side of the screen, we can see the character's health bar along with a little 1 alongside it. And then above that, we can not only see the actions the character can perform, along with the buttons needed to perform them, but right in the top left corner of the screen, we can see the character's appeal. Now, I'm not quite sure what this does at this stage of things, but something really interesting happens when Scorpio Sky hits the ground. You see that? Not only did Scorpio Sky lose some of his health as a result of that jump, confirming that fall damage will be a thing in this mode, but in the process of destroying all of these chairs, he also gained some points towards his appeal, which is seemingly going to do something good for him when it reaches 100 out of 100. We then see a quick little action shot of a bunch of wrestlers fighting in the middle of the Stadium Stampede, all glowing a variety of different colours, with the words 30 wrestlers jumping onto the screen. Here we can see a couple of different fun areas that we'll be able to do battle in, including this ring with no ropes, this big dirt mound, as well as this TV scaffolding. The next scene then hits us like a truck, almost quite literally, as when we cut to it, we see the Darby Allin character speed in driving a golf cart, proceeding to smash into Kenny Omega and CM Punk. So, vehicles confirmed for Stadium Stampede, I guess. Some other interesting things to point out on this screen include the appeal in the top left corner, as at this stage of the game, this Kenny Omega character is needing to earn all the way up to 1,000 appeal in order to advance, versus the more modest 100 that Scorpio Sky needed at the beginning of the game. On top of that, the small number 1 that was alongside Scorpio Sky's health bar is actually a 6 in the case of Kenny Omega. So maybe these two things are linked in some sort of way, but we still need a bit more info before we can confirm that. Britt Baker then gets some revenge for the boys as she delivers a Russian leg sweep to that of Darby Allin, and something interesting I noticed on this screen is the small little symbol that is now above the health bar. As if I know my video games, that, my friends, is a spectating symbol. So we'll not only be able to spectate our enemies when we get eliminated, but hopefully it'll come with a few nifty camera options as well. Our next shot is a nice big wide shot of the arena with the words "One Stadium" planted in the middle. Here we can see some interesting locations, including a TV truck, an announcement podium, what looks to be a bounce pad, another bounce pad that is perhaps locked off, another TV truck, another TV truck, and then if you look over here on the right, we've got a bunch of ramps in the dirt. So these should be super fun to mess around in using the golf carts and skateboards. We then see Yuka once again, this time running inside what looks to be a catering area, carrying a Molotov cocktail as the circle closes in around her. This Molotov seems to be better than the one that Scorpio Sky was carrying earlier, as this one is of purple rarity versus the grey rarity that Sky had earlier. So it seems that this mode will carry a very similar item and rarity system to that of other Battle Royale games. And alongside her Molotov cocktail, she not only seems to have a green crowbar of her own, but she is also carrying a Stinger energy drink. And if I were a betting man, I'd say that this is definitely going to be a health item within this mode. Hangman Adam Page rides a horse. Horse is confirmed. While there's really not too much to say about this as it clearly speaks for itself, it should be noted that the horse actually has a health bar of its own. So, are we going to see a horse die in this mode? Only time will tell, I guess. Moving over to the next screen, we see Rey Fenix hitting a move on what looks to be Jeff Hardy, and in the top left corner of the screen, the appeal has vanished and been replaced with the word fever, which I would assume is what happens whenever you fill up the appeal. What this is exactly doing for the character, I'm not 100% sure, but I would guess that it's giving him some sort of temporary buff, giving him an advantage over his opponents. When Hardy hits the ground, he explodes like a piñata, dropping all of his items along with these poker chips. It's not super clear what these poker chips are used for at this time, but I would assume that these maybe contribute to raising your appeal that much quicker. We also see this 1 switch over to a 2 when Hardy explodes, confirming that this is in fact the elimination counter. We then see who I believe is Sting, standing with a helmet on his head, holding a t-shirt launcher, which he then uses to blast Yuka off the top of the football field goalpost that she is balancing on top of. Yep, that's right folks, that's a real sentence that I just said. If we come down to the bottom left while this is going on, we can see a blue bar above Sting's regular health bar, along with a little helmet logo next to it. This, my friends, is most definitely his shields, meaning that it's going to be more difficult to take him down while this helmet is on. We then see Christian glowing with orange energy as he hits his kill switch on Yuka, which I assume would be the effect that we see when a character hits their selected finisher on an opponent, and this in turn eliminates Yuka, once again making her explode like a piñata. The last shot of the trailer then once again features the man himself, Sting, as he does the classic Sin Cara, that shit right there taunt from WWE 12, as the words "Last Wrestler Standing" flash on the screen. And there we have it folks, that is your in-depth breakdown of the Stadium Stampede trailer for AEW Fight Forever. I seriously have to know what you all are thinking about when it comes to this mode, so please make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you're looking to see quick and in-depth breakdowns like this for more of your favourite pro wrestling video game trailers, make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss out on an upload. But with that guys, thank you very much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, you may enjoy one of these videos as well.